Hello and welcome to some more Star Citizen. Each week we're planning to feature a player-run organisation or group that you can get involved with, or that might be informative or fun to know about, that sort of thing. It's really important to choose an organisation that suits your play style. You can really shop around them and cherry pick them. An organisation is basically a group of people that you're officially affiliated with in the verse that will hopefully help you get the goals that you want to have done, your agenda. You can crew their ships. If you can't afford to buy an Idris, or you can't run 10 Idris crew positions by yourself because you can't, then you might want to crew one. You might want to be part of that. And you can do that by joining an organisation or joining a player group that allows you to crew that Idris or that Javelin. You don't have to buy all these ships. There's loads of people that already have them available that are going to be looking for crew. So with that in mind, I'm going to talk about my organisation, Nomad Black. Nomad Black was founded in 2681, 250 years ago, August 9th. Abandoned and alone, August 9th, 2681, we will never forget. Protect the interests of our assets in the fringe. Combat the alien threat. Ensure our assets and colonies are self-sufficient. Further the legacies of those that died on Armitage. Its story and background is very much tied to that of Operation Pitchforks and the Vandal raid of Armitage. We've gone for a PMC or private military company. This suits the feel and sort of gameplay and style we wanted to go with a slightly role-play, regular kind of player base. So history-wise, it's a mixture of UEE officers and Marines that had interests, investments and families on Armitage and those systems. And they banded together to investigate what happened after the Vandal raid. Because basically, if you don't know the story, Vandal raided Armitage and killed everything and took, they think, one person. One person was missing, but everyone else was just dead. Knowing that the Fringe was dangerous and neither the Corps or the UEE would protect their interests, Nomad Black was created to protect and expand the legacies of the men and women who died on Armitage. Nomad Black started as a privately led investigation into what happened at Armitage 2681, and then about the Vandal threat and strategies to protect the Fringe worlds from unknown threats. As the time passed, Nomad Black has grown and expanded its interest into military ops, mining, trading, exploration, and research. Membership to Nomad Black is rarely offered, and almost all of its members are hereditary, both titles and positions moving from fathers and mothers to daughters and sons. So this type of thing is supposed to help explain why when our guys die and there's a new character, they come back into the organisation basically, because it will be one of their sons or daughters or one of their offspring in some way. In-game, Nomad Black will operate mainly on the fringes of human-controlled and mapped space. The ideas are to protect and obtain assets like lucrative mining zones, trade routes, planets. There's certainly a hatred towards Vandal, a distrust of other aliens, and even other humans that don't operate on the fringe. One of the major goals of the organisation is to regularly capture hostile ships and technology. Think private security and risky assets management with a real focus on profits. They are a business. A bit of exploration thrown in as well, but also very much a lawful, neutral kind of vibe, or at least that's what they appear to be on the surface. I'm sure that some of the members will engage into more personal trade and jobs. The current makeup of the organisation is around 30 players, mostly from the UK, kind of 24 to 35 years of age, most of them LARPers and role players as well. There are a couple of Idris P frigates, a Javelin destroyer, Carracks, Vanguards, loads of industry ships, Orions, Banu Merchantmen, quite big ships owned, but not very many little ones, and quite a little, only a very small amount of manpower. In fact, we did a count the other day and realised there were 400-ish crew seats to fill across our ships. And that's because we're idiots that don't know when to stop buying ships and don't know. I mean, it's really going to be really hard to crew that many ships effectively. And if we expand the organisation size, it's going to be hard to organise that many people effectively. The idea is that we move the large portion of the fleet into a system before trying to lock it down. So you have a couple of Idrises coming in and a Javelin. I mean, admittedly, we don't know exactly how the game's going to work, but we like to froth, we like to have the ideas behind what we plan to do in game even now. So we'd have all the big major fleet come into a system, lock it down, and that'll be our base. there. That's our base for the system, and we'd stay there for a week or two mining and exploring, and maybe move on or maybe stay there. But we're going to meet up on a regular basis once or twice a week as a large group to attack Vandal and pirate bases, clear large zones of enemies, as well as a fortnightly vote on a variety of topics. Nomad Black won't be run by one person in particular. All the rules and regulations will be voted on and suggested by members, with meetings and votes happening every 2 weeks. Everyone in the org has the right to vote, and their vote is counted the same as anyone else's. Each member is also allowed to put one motion forward each session, so they could say, let's increase tax, let's lower tax, let's attack here. It's something that should give everyone in the org something to do, they can feel part of something, and also give some great ideas for actually what we do in the organisation as it evolves. Branding wise, we've gone for a star. It was actually designed by one of the brothers of one of our corp members, and we think it looks really cool in the forums. It's simple. It could be one of those logos that you would actually see from a private security company in the modern world. I really like it. I think it's nice and simple and looks cool. A lot of first-person shooter, story, persistent universe videos that you see from ourselves, from Board Gamer, will be heavily based on Nomad Black and Operation Pitchfork. If you don't know what Operation Pitchfork is, I've linked a video all about it in the description, but it's a massive player-led event that will take place just before the game comes off beta, that will involve huge fleet battles with Vandal, and you can join in too. It's going to be as many players as possible is the idea. It looks like an amazing idea, very ambitious, but probably quite doable. Over the next few weeks, you'll see some short stories and some history mixed in with some gameplay to introduce Nomad Black more, as they're a nice platform to do YouTube videos for. We're always looking for more affiliates and people to fly with, no pirates though. Links to the corporation page in the description. Anyway, I hope that's given you a little bit of insight into Nomad Black, organisation creation, the sort of stuff that I want from my gameplay when being part of an organisation. And, I mean, make sure you really cherry pick your organisations, guys. Look through, you've got the time to do that, and it's well worth shopping around. And you're more than welcome to join ours as well, although you might be vetted to make sure you're not a filthy pirate. Anyway, guys, thank you very much for listening. You take care, and I'll see you in the verse.